Hello, hello. This is Thorough Breakdown coming back. Lakers have finally clinched the third seed. This is my prediction. I don't know what. So Golden State is playing Sunday. So currently they rest in the sixth spot. So that could be either the Clippers or the Lakers. Clippers or the Golden State. So, um, this is my analysis based on how we dealt with different lineups and matchups and stuff like that. So, Golden State would not be a problem for us. You don't want to get into a shootout with Steph, but I think Steph can be contained, especially in the postseason. The regular season is a little more difficult. Refs are a little bit more sensitive with the whistle, but in the playoffs, they swallow that whistle. So, as far with Steph actually getting any type of how to say a lot of fouls, calls in his favor. I think the refs are gonna let it play out rather than have a playoff game being interrupted or disrupted by the refs. I think that the last Dallas game where Luka got tossed, that was a black eye in the league. It's something that definitely has to be done about that. But for the most part, yeah. So that's what's gonna happen. Jimmy Butler's not a factor. I understand that people might mistake. There's availability. Like when Kawhi's absent and none of the other B or A minus superstars, B plus. Jimmy Butler is a B level superstar. I don't know if you would consider him better than would I don't know, like Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know. I would on statistically, yeah, I think Karl Anthony Towns is still better regardless. Yeah, he can growl all he wants to. I do respect his work ethic, but I don't think that it's gonna be enough to stop Luka. It's not gonna be enough to stop LeBron. And yeah, Austin Reeves. We have two. Nobody's really worried about what the hell was it? Kaminga. Nobody's worried about Kaminga. Okay. We've dealt with more apt bigs, so for the most part, nobody's gonna be really worried about that. There's not a lot of switch ups Golden State can actually provide. As far with what they could throw at us, zone is not gonna really help or hurt. The zone is not gonna help them. You don't have driving to the basket. You have driving in three different areas. So, and on top of that, our defense is top notch. So that's going to be tough out for whoever wants to come run into the buzzsaw that is the Lakers. It's I'm not gonna lie, it's going to be tough out there. I've seen a couple matchups. Indiana, I did watch that game, which was actually really good. I counted them out. They were down by a lot. Cavaliers have a lot of glaring have some issues. Yes, they have not lost a lot of games. They're probably resting their starters. But for the most part, I felt like it was a game where you don't want to play with your food. I like I said, I don't know if they were resting everybody, but they were up by 20, and to let that shit go, I don't like the taste of that. A 65 win team doesn't really play with his food, and if the fact that you did that is a little scary. I don't know where Donovan Mitchell is. I'm not even sure if he played or not. But yeah, that is not a good look. So a great win for Indiana. Confidence and momentum in the playoffs is actually going to be absolutely paramount. So having teams that's going to have there's going to be different philosophies going in. There's going to be guys that are going to rest their starters, and then there's guys going to let the starters get 22, 25. Keep the guys, nice and loose and warm, but you don't want them to be cold going into the playoffs. So momentum is absolutely key. So I don't know, and the fact that I had seen a very interesting stat that the Knicks haven't beat any top five team in the league. I think it might have beat the Lakers, but Lakers was struggling at the time. I think we were in eighth place or something like that. To rise to the third is wild. Um, Boston, I don't know what type of matchup nightmare without. I don't think a lot of those guys are going to be able to hold it down offensively. If we know that Jaylen Brown doesn't got a left, hey, you still can't go left, my guy. It doesn't matter. And you're not gonna be able to develop that shit overnight. You know what I'm saying? That's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to have that package set up and equipped. You know what I mean? Coming into the league, that's a fundamental. So if you didn't get that fundamental locked in, and you just been working off natural ability, that's gonna be a problem. You can't just. I don't ever believe in. I'm gonna just learn to do it. You know what I mean? Cram. Nope, that's a habit. Habits have momentum. Momentum builds the steady repetition, consistency, and have confidence in your ability to produce. Just because you haven't been putting the work in. So the teams that was gonna have the most momentum going in, obviously, one's gonna be Lakers. Um, I don't know how I feel about OKC. OKC feels like they could have been got. They could have been got. The ref saved them. I spoke about that last video, but yeah, man. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a very very tough series. But right now, the Lakers could be facing the Clippers. I'd seen Kawhi Leonard, and I want to say this: Kawhi look springy and bouncy, and look fresh. I don't know if I want to see that Kawhi. He's one guy. I understand that, but one guy sometimes. I don't know if he don't have that powers now. I don't know if LeBron looks fresh. You know what I'm saying? So like, whoever's coming in, they're gonna have to deal with 27 to 30 points. They're gonna have to deal with fucking 10 to 15 you mean assists. They're gonna have to deal with 8 to 10 rebounds. That's what they're gonna have to deal with on from the Lakers, from from the Luka, from LeBron, and Reeves is going to give us a strong 25, even if he gives us a 19 and it's not even a lot of shots. Let's say 19 on like I don't know, 13 shots to 10 shots. It's like I don't know, 19 on 8 shots or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I want it efficient. I want it efficient. I don't want it. But if you gotta let it go, let it go. It is what it is. Sometimes, yeah, man, you can't really wait. Oh, is this gonna be a grade? It's gonna fuck with my percentage. It is what it is. Um, but hold on. What was I saying? So, uh, as far with Kawhi, yes, man, this guy looks scary. He looks scary. I'm not worried about James Harden. He's a choke job. I'm not worried about it. I wrote him off a very long time ago. And like I said, I mean, Kobe spotted it. I spotted it. Bad habits, dude. You understand? Bad habits. Uh, and it's just I don't think you're just gonna be able to walk out of that. Yeah, man. He didn't take care of his body. He looks old. Yeah, man. He has a dad bod. You know what I'm saying? On the court. He's like him and Luca has the same disposition. I put them in the same category. People was trying to compare Luca to LeBron. He's more James Harden than LeBron. We'll take the step backs right now. We know he doesn't really play defense like that. Although he did a great job on Anthony Davis, so we're gonna have to put a little bit more respect on Luca's name. But for the most part, James Harden, I'm not worried about at all. At all. I get really well sleep. I get sleep. He doesn't keep me up at night. I don't think he keeps any team up at night. That's a real thing. So, yeah. But Kawhi looks great. Zoo. I'm always worried about former Laker players tend to play up when they face us. Zubat, because we have played with him before, he's not as scared of LeBron, you know what I'm saying? But we can actually take him out the game. And so, like, to be honest, like, having one big is not gonna do it. We're not at the stage where we're relying on Anthony Davis, and all you need to have a good big to shut down Anthony Davis. That is no longer the thing. You're gonna have to constantly defend every time. We're putting your big in a pick and roll. He's gonna have to give up a foul, or he's gonna have to give up a lay, foul or lay. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna go down, and he's gonna be out the game in like after his first two fouls. We're driving on him. You're gonna have three people driving at your big, so you're gonna be in a bonus the whole time. That's what's going to happen to everybody. I could say this right now. I play chess. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what my opponent's supposed to do, and if they don't do what I think they're supposed to do, you punish them. So what's going to happen to everybody else that tried? If you have a big, I'm sorry, your big's going to get in foul trouble because we're going to drive on his ass. That's what's going to happen. Nobody, you didn't hear this from JJ Redick. JJ Redick doesn't even have to go and explain. This is basic. I understand that. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to say it's basic, but this is advanced shit. Like, I see vision. You get what I'm saying? But drive on those bigs, get them in foul trouble. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, no. You're out of here. So that's what's gonna happen to Zoo. That's gonna happen to Golden to Kaminga. That's what's going to happen to whoever comes out of the Eastern Conference. I don't know. I would be scared of Detroit. Whoo, shit. Detroit. What's another team that plays really well? Cavs. I don't know. I'm not really sold on Cavs. But Detroit, I'm definitely sold on. I mean, I definitely like their style of basketball. Shit. Boston, you can't disrespect the champs. Even though I feel like it was in a weak postseason. Now they're gonna have to face more avid teams. So that's gonna be something to look out for. I'm gonna go into the standings and look at it a little bit later, but for the most part, I don't know who the Knicks are gonna listen. I don't know what the Knicks are gonna do. If the Knicks get bounced out early, I don't know what do you do with that team. I would get rid of shit. Jalen Brownson. Yeah, get rid of his ass. I would get rid of him. We're gonna have to play big. Get Trae Young. Send Jalen Brownson to the Hawk, and get Trae Young. Get Trae Young to the. Oh God, shit. I'm pretty sure. Listen, you need somebody cold blooded, and I don't know how that trade will be received. But if I was New York, I get Trae Young. You need a goon. You know what I'm saying? And this man came in Madison Square Garden and shot you guys lights out. So you would want that type of edge in somebody that's not scared of the moment. You need that type of energy out there. So if you guys don't do anything this postseason here, I would say trade Bronson, keep Cat, and get Trae Young. That's cool. And start focusing on who else. And I mean, who would be available? I don't want. Listen, I don't know. I know Durant would be available in the offseason. I know how he felt and said about New York. I don't want Durant in New York, and I'll tell you why. I'm gonna be honest. He has a horrible leadership track record. He only wants to play basketball, and that is okay if you want to play basketball. But basketball is not just bouncing the ball. He has not learned that yet. I don't know why he has not put that on his shoulder. He's a good player. He's a great basketball. He's a top. I'm not gonna shy. I'm not gonna say he's a bad talent or anything like that. It's just that it's the other things that comes with basketball. With you're gonna have to go and talk to a young boy. You're gonna have to motivate him. You're gonna have to build some teammates up. You understand? You're gonna have to, pull them out of bad situations when they're feeling down or a little just lost. You get what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to provide that. So when he just wants to hoop, and in this that's there's some people that in a job they just come in and they do their job, and there's nothing wrong when you come in and you just do your job. You get what I'm saying? And then there's other people that do. I'll go above and beyond. And that's how and you wonder how sometimes like some people do move up, some people don't move up, nothing happens really, and it really comes down to effort. Yeah, man. I think Katie, if he was able to rein into Russell Westbrook, well, I think Russell Westbrook was stubborn, but you're 7 feet tall. Are you serious? Or what? Why do I even have to explain what to do? You're 7 feet tall. Russ should not be able to be able to say a word. A word. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Give him the ball. How? How? Put him in the game. You mean, listen. Oh God, there's no way. Absolutely no way. But anyways, this thorough breakdown. I'm going off way too off on a tangent. This was brought to you by LE Zero Motors. Check these guys out. They have custom e-bikes, build exactly what you want for the low. And you don't have to pay for the advertising and the bloated cost that comes all built into the bikes. You get exactly what you want, and you don't get the bloat in between it. Cool. And I'm going to want to thank Eden Salt, first black-owned salt company in the United States. This actually pay attention. Go and check out their page on Facebook as well. They're on Instagram. Give them a shout, and we're gonna try to get this bad boy up and going again. So, anyways, this is over and out. Thorough breakdown. Shout.